talked about your music and this new album. You're really excited about it. Why?
Okay, why am I excited about? Well, for very natural reasons, I'm excited because I set out to do something and I finished it, so that's exciting. But I'm excited because there's somewhere that people can go to get a collection of my work and get a message, hopefully. I think I put a lot of myself into that project. Initially it was just going to be 4 tracks and it was just going to be like a teaser for my poetry album, but then it just got a life of its own. And someone sent me a question and said, you should talk more about Jesus, you're drifting. And I think I put that line in there too. And I didn't know what to think about that because I feel like it's not fair to assume that just because someone's an artist and they're Christian, that all they will talk about is Jesus. I feel like God gives people different ways to go about giving him glory, and I feel like doing the music, it was actually a conscious effort not to be a Christian artist, but to be an artist that was Christian. So the name Adaeze is a name that I searched like maybe 2-3 years ago when I first started. I really wanted to find a name that, one, looked cool, it just looks cool, and sounded cool and meant something. And Adaeze means king's daughter. So I really identified with that name, feeling like, you know, there was this God that was looking after me specifically, like I was his daughter. And I feel like with that name, I can't escape my purpose. I would say when I was between 16 and I'm 22 now, I went through a lot of stuff. It's very difficult years, and I feel like it really got me to understanding why I believe in God, and that's where that passion came from, knowing that there's someone that definitely loves me and makes a way for a lot of things. In general, I really talk about dreaming a lot. I have no idea where that came from or how it started, but for some reason I'm obsessed with dreaming. I feel like it's God's gift to people. It's that thing that gives you purpose. So I talk about dreaming a lot. I feel like a lot of people are pretty stagnant. I feel like some people are unimaginative and they don't realize that, you know, if you can create it, and if God puts it in your heart and you can create that dream, then you can go after it, you can achieve it. So I talk about that a lot, trying to get people out of a dormant state. I talk about difficulties quite a bit, but even when I talk about going through difficulties, I always try to end on a positive note, and like how either God helped me out of it, or just, you know, having to motivate yourself, not just giving up. What else do I talk about? I talked about God a little bit. I talked about my mom, and that made me happy to be able to have a song just for my mom. I was really close to my mom growing up. So that's the different types of topics on the project. When I'm writing, I'm thinking about a couple of things. As an artist, Christian or not, I'm trying to be creative. That's one of my main things. I want to be creative. I want to do something that's catchy. One reason I do music is because, okay, so with music you have verses, you have a hook. And the point of a hook is to do just that, is to hook you. That's the thing you're gonna keep repeating. So I try to use that as a tool. So in my hooks, I always try to do something that's really positive, really catchy, just to get people thinking about that on a daily basis. So on an artistic level, I'm trying to be creative. And as a Christian, I really want to make sure I'm putting in messages that God would be proud of. Something in 5 years, if I heard it back, I would still be proud that, you know, I wrote that. Something that's gonna last a long time, not something that's just in the moment. I'm definitely thinking about how to make it relatable, because I love words. So I could just write something it sounded awesome. I could write something that just sounded really impressive, but you didn't understand anything. That kind of like defeats the whole purpose. So I always try to be relatable and see, okay, if I were this person, how would I be able to process this information? So I try to do that a lot. Yeah. I was on a TV show, Live TV, and so in the audience there were white people, there were black people, old people like over 60, young people like under 10. And afterwards, just the response, like the reception, I feel like that was God's affirmation to me, that He's able to reach all those people, all those different types of people. So yeah, I feel like anyone can relate to what I'm saying, and I think that's intentional. That's definitely intentional. I try to be as universal as possible. So I was saying the same songs to people who were old. Some people were rich, some people were not rich, some people were young, and they could all get something from it, and that's a blessing to me. That's a blessing to me to be able to, and also like with technology now and the internet, it makes it even more possible to reach a lot of people in one swoop. So yeah. I can't say I identify the most with any of them, because all of them have something. Like each of them, when I hear, I'm like, man, it makes me think about some time in my life, and so yeah. I want to have something that's 100% original that people can buy, because they seem to want to. So I'm going to finish my poetry album, and then I'm going to work on my music album. I've already started that. It'll have the same aesthetic as Rapid Eye Movement, where it's spoken word, rap, flingy type thing. I'm working on developing that sound. I'm making a subgenre called free lyric. So there's that. And I kind of want to keep doing Rapid Eye Movement projects, like Volume 1, 2, 3, Part 1, 2, 3, whichever. Where I just write to tracks that I like, just free stuff, just so I can give people music. So those 3 projects, I would say, while I'm doing this music. I've changed a lot, and yet remain the same. In terms of God and adapting, it's really hard to be me coming into my own and being my own adult and Christian. To me, that was challenging. That was challenging to like just know what I believe, especially with, you know, a lot of personal stuff on the side, just reading through that and like, okay, what do I believe? So that was one thing. Artistry wise, definitely the attention. I'm a really quiet person. I could spend all day inside by myself, but having to be out, having to interact with people a lot more, smiling all the time, and just being in the spotlight. Like, I do want my message out there, but if I could get my message out there and I didn't have to be there, I would be cool with that. But that's not how it works. You know, I have to be the person on stage. I have to be the person doing the interviews and answering the questions and replying to all the comments and all the emails, and you know, that's what I have to do. So that's been something I've had to adapt to. And like maybe a year or 2 ago, someone that goes to church with me, he came up to me. He said he feels like I'm trying to run from the light, and basically not to run from that, and that God isn't gonna just let me fall flat on my face. So that's something I try to hold on to, not to run from it, and to just embrace it and learn how to be in the light but not believe I am the light, if that makes sense. It takes so much patience, and because it takes a lot of patience, especially if you're starting from, you know, scratch and you're an indie artist, you might feel like I'm getting nowhere. But it really is all about, you know, how God lines things up in His timing. And that's something I've been learning, like, okay, why didn't this happen last year? Okay, it's because it's happening now in a bigger way, you know? So I would say definitely to just chill out. Just chill out, do what you do. Someone told me to work like it depended on me and pray like it depended on God. So, you know, work really hard, and also be careful who you surround yourself with, especially in music. I can't emphasize how many ways there are to go around and to, you know, get caught up. So I would say surround yourself with people that support you and are a good influence. People that will bring out the better side of you and not the dark side of you. So that would be it. You're welcome. Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah, I'm climbing out of the box. I need to be free. God, go ahead, I'm following.
And the women say,
climbing out of the box.
and all the men say,
climbing out of the box.
and the children say,
climbing out of the box.
yeah, okay.
Climbing out of the box. Yeah, boy.
Feels good to be out of the box.
Yeah, you out of the box?
Yeah, it's nice out here.
No, I'm out of the box.
I know the weather is nice outside of the box. Yo, everybody in Barbados outside the box.
Everybody in Duval outside of the box.
Yo, this beat's so nice I could just dance my way outside the box. Shout out to Jacob Avis. Alright, we're gone for real.